Guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. My name is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. Today's story, I've done 2 or 3 videos about this, and I'm going to do another one because, all of a sudden she's almost starting to learn a little bit. She's 28. She realizes, I don't have forever. It's like buying a car with a million miles on it, and she wants 400. Well, no, it's like paying $1 million for a car that has 400,000 miles on it. Now she's ready to settle down and looking for love. Here's the thing. I do not care about this woman. I don't care about any of the women I do videos about. That's really not the point of my videos. My point of my videos is always to show the hypocrisy and the stupidity of women. They come after men's channels. They come after guys like myself or bigger, way bigger channels, of course, or people like Andrew Tate or let's see. I can't even think of some of the other ones off the top of my head that are really, really big. But they come after us guys and they say, you just hate women and you disrespect us and you're giving us a bad name. Nothing we do gives women a bad name as bad as women give themselves. Like nothing is destroying women's credibility, how much we put faith in them, how much we take them seriously, how much we like them, how much we want to date them, how much we want to marry them. Nothing does as much damage to women as women. We're not even close. We're not even 5% of it. Because, the Andrew Tates of the world and other people like it, they hit the news headlines once or twice a year when they come out and say something over the top and bombastic. These stories are everyday occurrences now in the New York Post, the Daily Mail, just about any tabloid, and they're all over Twitter, well, X. They're all over social media. You want to know who damages women? Women. That's who's damaging it. So don't give me any hate for this crap, because it's not me, feminists. Y'all are doing it to yourselves, because it's stunning and brave, according to you. Men may look at this, and they say, just seeing the image. Now, you don't have to agree with me. This is just a hypothetical, as always. Guys will look at a picture of this and say, oh, wow, she's pretty. Oh, she's sitting across from me in a dinner in a restaurant. I'd be perfectly happy with that. Yeah, she's got a 5 head, which is a 4 head that's grown into a 5 head. Probably has alopecia, might be bald someday. But she's thin, she cleans up nice, she's pretty. Yeah, I'd give it a shot. What the hell? Oh, by the way, she has 600 body count, and it's just in the last 2 years. Whoa, whoa. No. All of a sudden, everything changes. And you say, wait a minute, hold up. Something ain't right. I'm not into this. Thank you, I'll pass. And it happens again and again and again. And I got into an argument. I got into an argument with you in the chat here on Locals, and I'll get into that argument here later on in the video. I'll just first do the story. But I do have a bit of a rant. I'll do my rant at the end. Originally from news.com.au, but republished through the New York Post. I slept with 600 men in 2024. Now I'm looking to settle down and find love. Now, you guys know as well as I do, she's not going to find love. Australia's most sexually active woman. Boy, I can't wait to tell Mom this is who my fiance is. Hey, Mom, I know you've wanted me to get married for a while, and of course I'm successful and good-looking and handsome because that's all she would settle for. She won't take anything less. I know I'm all those things. I've decided to marry Australia's most active woman. Aren't you proud? Hey, Dad, will you pay for the wedding? Get out of here. She's revealed she's ready to settle down after going on just 1 date in the last 2 years. Now, Joker, wait, what's that you say? She's had 600 partners in the last 2 years, but she's only gone on 1 date in the last... what? How is that possible? Well, she's not sleeping with dates. She's sleeping with randos. She's sleeping with anybody because she wants to make money and she wants to put her video up online. But if you want to date her and if you want to be a part of her life, you have to jump through hoops. Annie Knight is known for her challenges, such as her bid to sleep with 600 dudes just in 2024 alone. But good news, fellas, in 2025, she's aiming to sleep with 1,000 people, with half of them being men with their V cards, or in other words, guys that have never been with a woman. But she's also wants you to be a part of her life, you see. So she's really aiming at the end of 2025 to have a body count of 1,600. Wouldn't you like to be a part of that? Now, again, this is not just the hypocrisy of this woman, because I've done the videos of the woman that did 1,000 in 24 hours and Bonnie Blue and the other one, Lily something or other. I forget her name because who cares, that did 100 guys in 24 hours. And these, and ironically, I think both of those women have either boyfriends or husbands. Again, the biggest losers of the year. And these are the prominent like news articles about strong women. You don't see articles too much out there about the woman that paid her own way through college, the woman, and then went on to become a successful like the world's best heart surgeon. Why don't we see those stories? They don't exist. But these women exist. So when we guys are out here saying women are their own worst enemies and women are the reasons why I don't like women and don't want to date women. And when I say don't like women, I mean, why don't I want to have a debate or a serious conversation with a woman? Because if this is who you sit down in front of me, nothing that comes out of her mouth matters because she's had so many things going into her mouth for the last 2 years, if you know what I'm saying. Knight also made headlines in 2024 after she and fellow content creator Bonnie Blue were forced to leave Fiji ahead of the government issuing a deportation notice because they were such big scum. Oh, yes, but let's take women seriously. Now, women out there, well, not all women. Okay, well, this is who's getting the headlines. This is who's representing it. And in the comments, I don't see a lot of women screaming that these women are losers. It's the guys saying no thank you. A lot of women out there, well, this work is real work and stunning and brave. Anyway, they go on to say, however, despite still focusing on her career. So now in his career, just so you know. Just so you know, guys, that this is a career, putting yourself on video, sleeping with all these dudes and making hundreds of thousands. It's just a career. You know, doctor, lawyer, it's just a career. The 28-year-old has revealed that she's actively looking for love after having been on only one date in the last 2 years. I'm looking for someone loyal. Okay, but you're sleeping with everybody and you want to sleep with 1,000 more this year. But the guy needs to be loyal. Okay, non-judgmental. So he can't judge you for sleeping with thousands of randos. In the meantime, he's got to be loyal and non-judgmental. But the men folding you in half and banging your brains out, you don't even have to know their names. Sounds fair. Accepting of my job, no man with any credibility or self-worth, I guess is the best. No guy with any self-worth will ever be accepting of a woman with your job. Someone who makes you laugh. Oh, honey, your expectations are funny enough for everybody. Looks aren't important, but obviously I need to be physically attracted to him, so he still needs to be tall and attractive, basically. Looks aren't important, but he also has to be physically attracted to them, which means looks, retard. I think now's the right time because I've set myself up. In other words, she has plenty of her own money. I'm still doing my challenges, meaning she's sleeping with thousands of men, but I'm 28 and I have this amazing life. Really? You sound like you're about 15 seconds away from pulling a Kurt Cobain and kissing the double-end barrel of a shotgun. So I feel ready to give love to somebody else. You've given your love to hundreds and hundreds, if not soon to be thousands of men. You have no love left. Your love looks like a worn-out roast beef sandwich in the sun after a week. That's what your love looks like. Your flower petal looks like an Arby's sandwich with a side of fries. Knight recently went on her second first date in 2 years. Okay. Saying her last date was a well-known Australian actor, but it didn't pan out. Gee, I wonder why. That well-known Australian actor said, "Hi, I'm well-known Australian actor." And she said, "Would you bone me?" And he said, "Sure." And then he boned her and he said, "Thank you." And she said, "Where are you going?" And he said, "We're done here. Your use to me as a human being has expired." This time, so that's her first date in 2 years. Not the first date. This time, she went out with a real estate agent. She said she hated to add to the stereotype, but labeled the man a whore.
What the hell is even that?
So the man is a whore. The real estate agent is a whore. Bitch, you sleep with thousands of people for money. Do you understand why we don't take women seriously anymore? Do you understand why we just could give two shits? Do you see why men actively dislike women now? You're doing it to yourselves, ladies. He thought he was so self-important, said the woman who's on the cover of the New York Post and or the Daily Mail due to the number of men she has on video sleeping with for money. He's so self-important. He talked about himself the whole time, says the woman giving an interview about herself to the Daily Mail or the news.co.au. He was not interested in hearing a thing about me, said the. Why would he? Why would he care what you have to say? You're a. Weirdly, he was okay with my job. Weirdly, he was okay with my job. Press X for doubt. He just wanted to get into your pants. But they always say they're okay with my job until they've been in my pants. However, she said every date she's been on in the last 4 years has seemed supportive of her line of work until they ghosted her.
Really?
So, of course, he's going to bounce. Like, he got what he wanted, stupid. Anyway, she says, weirdly, he was okay on my job, but wasn't shocking. Okay. She said, however, she said, every date she has been on in the last 4 years have seemed so supportive of her line of work until they ghosted her. What has she learned from it? Nothing. Has she learned that every guy that says he's okay with the line of work is lying? And the guys that are okay with your line of work are weirdos that you would never date. She can't learn that. I literally can't believe how many bad experiences I've had with dating, like the guy who expected me to pay because I earn more money than him. Look, if we're going out on a date, we're not. Trust me on that. We would never be going out on a date. But if this girl shows up and she says, hey, would you like to go on a date? At the ending of which we're definitely going to do it. And a guy's like, yeah. And during the dinner conversation, the good-looking Chad Chaddington that makes $63,000 a year finds out that she makes $63,000 in 2 weeks. And he's like, you got this, right? And then he's shocked when she says no. He's like, this dinner, this $300 dinner, this is going to cost me a day and a half, 2 days worth of work. You make that in 4 seconds. I think you can pay. Are you really shocked? Really? Knight even said asking to split the bill on a first date is a loser move, says the and people should take her to get ice cream if they can't afford dinner. Now wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. The best part of this whole article. However, she said the real estate agent wanted to see her again. And it was likely because she's a good listener. I listened to him the whole time and didn't interrupt him, which I'm sure he loved. I'm sure other girls would have interrupted him and left because it was basically just a monologue. Okay, wait a minute. So you're saying other girls would have interrupted him and left because it was a monologue, but I didn't leave. I stayed there and listened to him the whole time and didn't interrupt him. Why? Why? You're saying women with morals and value in themselves would have just left, but I didn't. Why? Because she wanted to sleep with him. She doesn't say as much. She wanted to sleep with him. Why else did she listen to all his BS? Why else? Why would she call him? Because he's a great looking guy who gets tons of women and has a ton of women's attention and is sleeping with a bunch of other women. And why didn't she leave the date? Because she wanted to sleep with him too. They're their own worst enemies. She was also getting ready for another date with a super chill dude. Knight said she wasn't discounting people based on their vibe or profession and wanted to keep an open mind while dating. Well, thank God the wants to keep her options and her mind open. Here's why I have an issue with this, guys. There's another story here I'm just going to touch on for a minute. Anyway, the New York Post posted this, and of course the story got ratioed. There's the Arby's roast beef sandwich, Arby's new ready to settle down sandwich. These are all in reply to the New York. But here, look, here's another story, and this is kind of the point. This story is not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about literally this picture right here. This woman says, I'm a model. Any man who wants to marry me should pay husband tax to maintain my hot body. Now, what's funny about that is, if you think about it, that's almost a conservative relationship. The weirdos have gone so far left, wanting money and their expectations. They're wrapping back around to traditional wife. That's literally what this is, in a very weird way. This woman says, if a man wants me to go to the gym and to not work and to look hot for him at all times and be sexy for him, he needs to pay me money so I can take care of myself and I don't have to work a regular job. Now, if you threw in and take care of the children and cook and clean for him, that's a traditional woman. That's how weird this is getting. Women are so they're so crazy about not knowing what they want that they don't know what they want anymore. And now they want to be traditional wives that I don't want to have to work. I want to just stay home and maybe cook for him and clean a little bit and go to the gym and look beautiful for my man all day, and he pays for my needs. That's kind of what my mom and that's kind of what my dad and my grandfather did for my mom and my grandmother. The difference is they weren't an e-whore, and they actually took care of themselves. But here's my point about this particular story. This is the picture I'm going to reference. We're going to get here in just a moment. We were arguing the other night on, I do a TV, well, you guys, most of you know this, but for those that are watching this on Rumble and YouTube don't, we do movie nights on Saturday nights, and just recently we started a new thing. It's called Absolutely 80s, where we just get in a live stream. We watch these 80s old TV shows like Married with Children, and what did we watch last time? Airwolf and A-Team and Knight Rider. And we just sit watching these old 80s shows and we just goof on stuff. And I went on a tirade because a lot of the guys in the chat, most of you on YouTube and Rumble don't know this, but on Locals, you can share images. Those of you just in the stream can share JPEGs and pings and PNGs and GIFs and all this other stuff. You can share pictures. You can't do that on YouTube and Rumble, but you can do that on Locals. And many nights while we're doing these events, guys will fill my feed with women that look like this. And a lot of you guys appreciate it. And I'm not harshing on you because you appreciate it. But you know what this picture does to me? It makes my eyes start to twitch and I start to get angry. And I'll tell you why. Because I know everything about this woman from this picture. I know everything I need to know about her from this picture. And I don't like this woman. I don't find her attractive. Physically, I don't even see the physicality of it anymore. Do you know what I see? I see an entitled bitch. I see someone who thinks she's better than me. I see somebody who would be rude to the Taco Bell drive-thru if he got anything wrong, or if he smiled at her the wrong way. I see a woman that goes to the gym, and if a guy glances at him or glances at her for more than half a second, she's posting him and calling him out on her Instagram account. That's who this woman is to me. That's everything I see when I look at this woman. I hate this woman. Now, after reading the story, you would hate her too. That's what I see when I see a picture of a woman like this. And it's not even that, it's this picture. The tattoos, the look at me, everybody, the overly done eyebrows, the makeup, pay attention to me. Look, everybody, I'm beautiful. I'm amazing. I'm in a story in the New York Post. I seethe at women like this. And there's a meme that's expressed this before. It's not my meme. I didn't make this. This meme has been around since 2004 or 2006. It's the Mary Jane Watson versus Ursula Ditkovich meme. If you remember, in Spider-Man 2, Peter Parker was getting fired from his pizza job while trying to be a superhero. And he was trying to be able to afford his apartment, and he was almost getting evicted. And he didn't have any friends. And he was lonely. and he was going through it. And Mary Jane Watson yelled at him and wouldn't take his phone call because he couldn't make it to her fucking play. The entitlement. And yes, she was prettier probably, and yes, she probably had a better body and all this other stuff. She treated Peter like crap. But Ursula, the girl next door who was kind of skinny and not very good looking, this is the meme. Mary Jane Watson needs acting lessons, left Peter when he needed emotional support, leaves Peter because of his friendship with Gwen Stacy, cheats on Harry Osborn, gets engaged to a rich famous guy, but abandons him on the wedding day and leaves Peter on voicemail. Ursula, an excellent baker, was there for Peter Parker when he was lonely and made him cookies with milk. Encouraged Peter to call MJ, Mary Jane, despite having a major crush on him. There's no other guys in her life. She lives with her dad, probably has her V card. They don't say that, but it's obvious they made her out to be that way. Lives with her dad, doesn't get any dates, probably has her V card, doesn't abandon him, doesn't leave Peter on voicemail. And this meme got popular because it went around. It's like, Peter picked the wrong woman. You're damn right Peter picked the wrong woman. Because this is Ursula, what was it, whatever her name is. Ursula. This is Ursula. The actress's name is, I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly, Majena Tova. This is Majena Tova after now I'm not into the short hair. I don't like the short hair. I hate short hair on women. But this is this chick after a cleanup. I'm pretty sure a lot of guys would say, wait, so this is the chick that bakes cookies and supportive and has the V card and lives at home and would run through fire, glass, and nails to be by my side? That's the girl I want. That's the woman I want by my side. When I see this, that's not that woman. You know it by the tattoos and the body count and the damage and the look at me, everybody, and pay my bills to be by my side. And men are just fried of that. Now, I'm not saying necessarily in chat and all that stuff that we need to be sharing pictures of nice looking women that are Amish or something like that. And if you look at this picture, this is kind of a little bit more like the girl next door. This is a little bit more like the girl next door. Not 100%, because she's better looking than probably any of us normal dudes would ever get a chance to date. But when I see a photo like this, and now this supposedly is not like, this is not a e-girl or a woman that's trying to get attention on social media. This was posted by somebody somewhere, but it wasn't any of those normal places where girls go, look at me and pay attention to me. But my point is, if you share a picture like this, or if you're looking at a picture of a woman like this, there's probably a couple things that you notice about her that definitely would get a man's attention. And the point is, she's covered. This is, I cropped the picture. She's covered from her shoulders to her ankles. It's a very long dress that completely covers her. She's got a little bit of makeup on around her eyes, but her face is more natural. She hasn't done anything crazy with her hair. I don't know if she has tattoos. Why do I not know that? Because she's covered. But my point is, when you see a woman like this, if she might be awful, she might be covered in tattoos. She might be from shoulder blades to ankles tattoos. She might have piercings. You don't want it. She might have a body count of 200. But we don't know. And men would be curious. And men might say, I don't know. Let me talk to her. Let me find out. Let me ask her. Let me find a way to maybe get to know her so I can find out. And then you find out she does have all that and she's damaged, and you sleep with her because she's easy and you dump her on the side of the road. Who cares? Moving on with my life. But come to find out, she doesn't have any ink on her. No weird tattoos. Come to find out, she's conservative. She just forgot her bra at home because it's in the wash. Not that that would really happen, but you understand my point. And come to find out, she's nice and you kind of like her. Either outcome could be a possibility of talking to this girl. And I think men want to find out. That makes men curious. Oh, I bet she's got a slamming body under this dress. Now I want to see it. Now I want to know. Now I'm curious. Does she have a slamming body? Does she have any tattoos? Or is she kind of a wholesome girl, but she just decided to get a little naughty? Or maybe she didn't know it was going to be cold out today. So earlier this was fine, but now we're sitting outside and it's a little chilly and the 22s come out. That's the intriguing thing that comes out in a man's mind. That's what I miss about women. I'm not into the dating market. Don't get me wrong. I'm not into the dating market, but my DNA is still male. I'm still a man. I still have testosterone and blood flowing through my veins. And so when I see a woman like this or a picture shared like this, I think most men look and they go, ooh.
Hello there.
Well, hello there. A man looks and he says, well, hello there. And that piques his interest. And now he's curious. And now he wants to. When a man sees this, there's no curiosity left. There's nothing left to the imagination. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to consider. He knows everything he needs to know in an instant. And that's the end of that. That's where a man says, there's nothing more to see here. I know everything there is to know. I understand what's going on here. I don't need to talk to her. She's easy. She's entitled. She's awful. She's mean. She's condescending. She's narcissistic. I need to know nothing about this woman. I already know more than I want to know. But I see this woman. I'd be curious. I see this, wait, where is it? Where's the picture? Yes. I see this woman. And come to find out, she's an Ursula. I don't find this woman exceptionally attractive. I don't find her exceptionally attractive. But I think if men saw a woman like this and she was friendly and funny and interesting and she turned out to be an Ursula that would walk through glass and fire and nails for you and was a V-card living at home with her family that's waiting for the right man, and you might not marry her because smart men don't get married.
Smart men don't get married.
But at least you'd say, I see some value. There's no value here anymore. And women will not, until they understand that this woman is like 1,000, 100,000, 1,000,000 you can find on an internet. But the Ursulas aren't anymore. The good, chaste women aren't anymore. And that's what men want to date, want to marry, want to be with. That's why this chick that's slept with 600 dudes and is going to sleep with 1,000 more, even seeing this picture is no longer attractive, at least to me. I know some of you guys may agree. Some of you may disagree. I see this and there's nothing attractive here to me. I no longer am because I know everything that comes with it. And it's nothing I like as a man. I hate everything this represents now because it represents someone that has all the negatives in the world. And I've said already what it is a million times, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Where when you see somebody like this who is not attractive, but you find out she's got good qualities and she's actually nice and she's sweet, and this is the pipe dream of that. But maybe just on average, because this woman without the makeup and the good lighting is probably very much average. I think women have lost touch with what men want and what men will even marry or date. This woman's already talking about marriage. Not this one, sorry. This one, not that one. This one's already talking about marriage. She can't keep a man around for more than 15 hot minutes. And she's worried about marriage. She'll find a guy that'll marry her. Or at least be with her for a while. I'll be doing a story multiple more times. Get used to this face. In a year or two from now, I'll be doing a story about, or maybe next year, I'll be doing a story about her 1,000 men year. Then the year after that, she'll try to go bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I won't do a story for 2 or 3 years. And then she'll come out and she'll say how only fools fooled me and tricked me into ruining my life. And then a year after that, I'll do a story about how no man wants her. And then she'll be a statistic like the rest of them. Over and over and over again. That's all there is. For those of you on Rumble and on YouTube, it is now time for a dating profile of the day. If you are not a subscriber over on Locals, please become a supporter today. It's $5 a month. You can hop on over there. It is over at betterbachelor.locals.com, $5 a month. It puts me behind a paywall. It means we can talk about what we want to talk about. It means I can say all the crazy words I want to say. It means I can stream movies and TV shows and UFC fights. And we talk about what we want to talk and we enjoy ourselves. And it means we can do dating profiles of the day. So come on over there, join us today. I think you'll enjoy it. It's $5 a month, $4 a month if you sign up for a year and join a community of like-minded men just like you and I. And we have a hell of a good time, and I think you're missing out. So jump over there.